Hey everybody, the bad news that we already know is that COVID is still very much a part of our lives. The good news is that we are hearing every single day about ways to live with it and even live better with it. So today's practice is all about yoga for when you are suffering from long COVID. It is very, very important that if you have been diagnosed with long COVID, you are cleared to do any kind of physical activity, and that includes yoga. Yoga is not just easy stretching, okay? So take care of yourself, take care of your body. You ready? Let's flow. So today we're going to be using a couple of props. We are using blocks. I have two here. If you only have one, that should be okay. If you don't have any, get some books. Get a stack of books, some coffee table books, because we'll be putting our feet on them. You wanna make sure that it's high enough so that when you're sitting in your chair, that your knees are coming right out from your hips. And speaking of chair, that is the other prop we're going to be using, okay? So let's get to it. So one of the things that we're hearing about with long COVID are respiratory issues. And all of our poses, our sequence today is going to focus on opening up the chest and really paying attention to our breath. I'm going to be sitting sideways so that I can show you how the back movement is going to go. But remember, you face me, you do you, whatever feels right for you. Even if it means just sitting in a chair the entire time while you are watching and observing, if that is a part of your yoga today, go for it. So we will first start out with some seated cat-cows. So we're sitting nice and stable in the chair. If you want to sit with your back up against the back of the chair, you absolutely can. Otherwise, maybe lean forward just a little bit. Hands are on the knees, and let's take a gentle inhale here as we bring the chest forward and a slight lift of the chin. And if we can, we take that exhale and round. Drop the chin to the chest, round those shoulders. Let's do that a couple more times. The thing about yoga, the word yoga means to yoke, which means to unite breath with movement. And finding a breath pace can be very challenging when we're having some respiratory issues, or if our lungs just need a little more love, no matter what they're dealing with. So don't worry about how long your inhale and exhale are. Just take your time. No judgment, no expectation. Let's do just one more here. Opening up in the chest, and then opening up in the back. Yes. Sitting up nice and tall. So now we are going to move to our next pose, which is a seated staff pose. This is where we use our blocks or our books. We'll bring them right underneath our feet. Come to a place where our knees are right over our ankles and they're coming right out from our hips. So I'm in one of these folded chairs, so my bottom is kind of sinking just a little bit. The chair doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we call yoga a practice, not a perfect. So this is just a little guide. So sitting here nice and tall, if you feel like you need to have your back up against the back of the chair, absolutely, if that feels more stable for you. Otherwise, sitting up tall here, and let's just take a couple of moments and gently close our eyes. And we'll take a breath in. And then exhale. Remember, you're going at your own breath pace, whatever your breath pace is today. When we're dealing with something like long COVID or regular COVID, or I know RSV is going around at this time, when we're dealing with respiratory issues, we have to make sure that we remember it's not our fault. So no judgment, no expectation. We have to give our body the time that it needs to heal, to work toward healings. So show yourself grace and be easy on yourself with every breath that you take. Because every breath can be a challenge. Just a couple more here. Still sitting up nice and tall. Almost imagining that we have a beam of energy coming out through the crown of our head into the sky. All right, let's go ahead, gently open up our eyes. Very nice, that was our seated staff pose. So from here, we're going to step out of our chair, set our blocks to the side, and generate a little bit of energy with some half sun salutations. Again, remembering that balance might be a little bit of an issue, so let's keep the chair nearby in case we want to hold on to it. So from here, knees are nice and soft, feet are about hip distance apart, half sun salutations. Again, opening up in the chest, lengthening everything out, as well as generating some heat and some energy. Let's lift our hands all the way up. Take that big breath in, soften the knees. Exhale, let's take a fold. Bring our hands to our shins just for a nice flat back, nice long neck. Exhale, take a fold. And inhale, rise back up. We do it all over again. Soften the knees, exhale, take our fold. Inhale, flat back, nice long neck. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise up. Lifting the hands all the way up. Soften the knees, exhale, take our fold. Last one. Inhale, flat back, nice long neck. Exhale, fold. And then bring our hands all the way back up and down to heart center. Yes. So that is our half sun salutation. Our next pose is downward dog, and we want to have the chair at a place where we are facing the chair. So we're using that chair for stability. From here, our feet are about hip distance apart, and let's bring our hands to the chair where they're nice and stable. And we'll walk our feet back. Remember, downward dog is an upside down letter V when we're on the mat. But when we're on the chair, we're kind of getting close to the same concept. Walk the feet back enough where we still have those ankles under our hips. Arms are nice and long, gently holding onto that chair, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Knees can be soft. It's all good if those knees are soft. And let's continue to breathe. Don't worry about the back being completely straight. This is about the arms reaching as we're breathing. Give yourself grace, take your time. We'll take a gentle inhale here to prepare. And on our exhale, let's walk our feet all the way up, taking our time getting there. And then rolling that spine up. Yes. Let's do a couple of shoulder rolls, then we'll do that downward dog again. Remember, open up the chest, open up that upper back. Breathing at your own pace wherever you are, knowing if you need to take a break right now, you take the break. All right, one more downward dog. Bring our hands to the chair for stability. Walk the feet back. Yes. Keeping those hips right above the ankles. Knees can be soft. And let's walk the dog while we're here. So walking the dog is gently bending one knee on an inhale and exhaling to the other side. Again, we don't worry about how much or how deep our inhale and exhale can be. This is just about uniting the breath with the movement. We're bringing some mindfulness to each breath, so each breath has intention. Instead of us trying to grasp for these super long inhales and exhales, let's focus on just moving with the breath, no matter how long it is. Arms are nice and long, gently holding onto that chair. Yes. All right. Let's do just one more here, one more on each side. Very nice. And let's walk the feet all the way up to the hands. Slowly rise on up. Give ourselves a couple of shoulder rolls. Nice job. Finding this mountain pose here. Let's lift the hands all the way up toward the sky and bring them down to heart center. Yes. Thank you so much for practicing yoga with me today. Remember, healing takes time. It is a process. Be sure to give yourself grace, to give yourself patience, and thank you so much for taking this time to find your flow. Namaste. Thank you for watching this video. You know that it is my passion to get the world practicing yoga. So please subscribe to the channel and share the video. Share the love, share the joy, share the flow.